Hey, everybody. Good morning here in happy central Pennsylvania. I am Jason. I'm the owner and travel butler with Travel Simplicity. I want to take the opportunity this morning to inspire you a bit more or allow some of my friends from around the world to inspire you a little bit, and you'll see why. This is going to be a good one. This morning, we're actually meeting with Joanna. She's a friend of mine and a resident travel butler in Greece. And I know a lot of you like Greece, well, with good reasons. Here's one of them. So, Joanna, welcome.
Yeah, here I am. I mean, I am there's worse places to get quarantined than Greece, I would say. So a little 35 minutes outside of Athens, with this lovely background, which is real.
Yeah, it's
Holy
not a
Friday
virtual backdrop,
here.
right?
No, it's real. It's real. We can like move around.
That
There
is
we go.
absolutely amazing.
So yeah, it's can't complain. Counting our blessings for sure. So yeah, here we are.
That's absolutely
Experiencing
beautiful.
quarantine.
So
Yeah.
where are you at?
So this is actually the Ionian Sea. It's about 40 minutes outside of Athens. It's where a good friend has a summer house, and we decided rather than getting stuck in our small Athens apartment for a month or more, we're gonna come out and be having this as our front yard, which is great.
I think
So
you made a good choice.
it's towards Corinth, if that helps at
Oh,
all for anyone who would be doing a road trip around here, but um, on the sea, of course. It's still cold to swim, but slowly we're getting there.
it's starting to warm up. It's a
It
little
is.
bit, it actually snowed here yesterday,
Oh,
which
no.
is very unusual.
We had a bit of a windstorm yesterday, but that's pretty much as extreme as it's gotten so far.
Yeah.
And we have Greek Easter weekend this weekend. Obviously not as traditional as usual, but
Well, yeah, let's talk about that. What does Greek Easter look like?
well, I mean, it's
Typically,
orthodox.
obviously this year's different, but
It is different. It is Orthodox. I think the traditional things that everyone would correlate, is the lamb on the spit. Um, that's the biggest one. We
okay.
aren't going to be able to do it. There's not enough of us quarantined here to have an entire lamb.
Um,
But we are having our lamb today, which is Good Friday. It's no meat. It's pretty similar to your other Easters, just a different time frame.
okay.
Um, we dye our eggs, but we use like only organic dyes, so things like that, and family usually, and a lot of eating, but none of that's happening this year. Typically you would go on to the church and stuff like that, but all of that is closed at the moment. Luckily Greece is doing really well with the quarantine and the whole coronavirus situation, so we're not complaining.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, it's nice
Yeah,
you can have a backdrop like that
it's true. It's true.
to be able to get
But
out.
generally the country has been doing surprisingly well. We've just hit 100 deaths. Um,
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean,
so
maybe
it's
not
pretty impressive.
fantastic for them, but
Not fantastic, but compared to the rest of the world,
yeah.
yeah, but we had our first case end of February, and it was pretty much an immediate lockdown.
Okay.
So, but on the flip, I think it's nice to see that we're doing so well, even though Athens is a very populated city, and hopefully we'll get back on our feet. We can't go swimming now, really, so hopefully we'll be able to get in the water soon and explore.
You
Hotels are
can't
meant.
go swimming. Is a governmental thing? You can't go
It's a
swimming.
governmental, so they've closed all resorts, hotels, any meeting space over, restaurants, bars, anything like that, up until we have May 10th
Okay.
right now. And they also said, no swimming and such. It's just to contain people from um, going out in weather like this and spending time on the beach,
Right.
which is kind of second nature for everyone in Greece. But it's definitely a place where crowds would come together. So they've just said no swimming, no going out. Let's flatten the curve, which we're doing. So,
So you're hanging
right.
out. Who are you hanging out with now? Who are you staying with?
A very close friend of mine and his parents are right next door. So we're hanging out, enjoying as much as we can this, counting the blessings, like I've said 100 times, but I have to repeat it. Um, you
So
know,
what do
food,
you what is your plan once this is once you are able to go out again? Where's one of the first places you want to explore or visit or
gosh,
um, go
I
eat?
mean, I need some local taverns. I miss,
Okay. You have a favorite?
the things that you never thought you would miss, the waiting in line and the crowded taverns and everyone sitting on top of each other and cheap table wine.
Right.
Um, Greeks. I remember when I first came to Greece and first moved to Greece, and my mom, who's not Greek, came to visit, and she was really confused. It's very family style eating. So you have one fork, and everyone digs in on the salad, and not really hygiene friendly, if you will.
All right.
So, but that's sitting around the table and everyone is sharing their feta and sharing their salad it's something I miss for sure.
I
The
just on
crowded.
that note, since we are talking about food, I have to say I'm not a big salad eater, but Greece is the only place in the world I think to date I've actually enjoyed eating salad.
There's something I mean, in summer, especially the tomatoes, I mean, they're
So
nothing like any other. I mean, it doesn't matter how organic or bio you go, there's something in the sun.
it doesn't hurt that you dump a bunch of cheese and olive oil on it either.
Right. It helps that the olive oil here is also on a very good level, just about anywhere. Um, but yeah, all of that, Greeks, their togetherness and their family style and, hugging, kissing, sitting on top of each other. That is
I
what I
love
meant.
that. We were there. We took the whole family there last year. In fact,
Yep.
if you watch this on Facebook or you go to Facebook, I just updated my profile picture, and it's a picture of the whole family on one of our days that we did with you guys
Right.
in Greece. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Santorini, looking out over the water. I mean, you can't if you don't know it. Obviously, I mean, you're familiar,
Of
but
course.
anyone else looking at it wouldn't know where it is in the world. But it's just absolutely incredible. And one of the things that surprised me the most was how incredibly kind and friendly the Greek people were, and specifically towards our kids. They
Yep.
were. It was like family. I mean, you're immediately like just
That's
welcomed in
definitely what
everywhere.
it is. And they love, I mean, all of us here sharing everything that they do. Your local fisherman or your local restaurant owner is going to want to tell you his catch of the day and why it's so special and why he buys this feta, not that feta, and this olive oil comes from that uncle's, farm in Peloponnese.
Right.
Um, Definitely family, definitely much more kids friendly than people initially think. I think there's this perception of like, partying in Mykonos and having to climb up to the Acropolis and then just couples in Santorini, but the child friendly element is very heavily here. I mean, it's such a big family culture. So
It
it's not.
was it was absolutely amazing. Everywhere we went, that was our experience. And it was I've been in some really great places where people have been really, really friendly. I think one of the most hospitable places I've ever been, other than Greece, was actually Jordan in the Middle East.
I've heard. I haven't been. It's funny. I was supposed to go early March, so it was one of those friend trips. I had a friend coming to visit Greece, and then we were going to go to Jordan together, but next year.
Postponed. Yeah, postponed.
Postponed.
Absolutely.
And you went to Jordan with your kids too?
No, that was in the industry. That was just for it was actually a fam trip. So
Oh,
for those of
nice.
you that don't know, fam is familiarization. It's an opportunity to connect with people like Joanna. But
Meet
yeah,
the locals.
that's right. So yeah, it was a good time though. It was surprising there too. But yeah, Greece was amazing. In fact, we were staying at that amazing place in Santorini, and most what I hear a lot of times being in the travel industry and being an actual designing these trips is that
Right.
if people don't travel or they haven't traveled very much many times, or some, people can say, well, it's just a hotel, right? I'm just going to sleep there. And it's like, no, it's not. And if you haven't experienced that, if you've only ever stayed in your
Right.
Hampton Inns and your Holiday Inn Express, and yeah,
So
okay, then it's
true.
just a bed. But if you've never stayed in a place where the people make you feel at home, and you go out on your patio and you watch the sun set over your plunge pool, it's not
Right.
quite the same. And
It's
we
not.
had we connected so much in just 3 nights or 3 days with the staff there. Um, I was sad to leave, and I've been in the industry for 11 years, and I don't think I've ever had that experience ever, um,
Yeah.
where I
That's
was
amazing.
truly sad, like I was leaving family.
I
So
mean, that's how I came to Greece. I grew up in the States, and um I mean, time and time again, I was coming back, and then I did my study abroad here and told myself there's no way I'm not going to end up there. Um,
you chose
so
wisely.
I'm not, again, can't complain despite, the ups and downs and everything we're even going through now. It seems to have been the perfect decision, at least for me. And I love sharing it. I think that's one of the best things is having family and friends all over who can come and experience it and really understand what I keep talking about with, be it the salads
Yes.
or, when I'm like, the sea is so clear and there's blues you can't imagine. Of course, everyone travels all over and it's everywhere, but there is something unique.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I mean,
Well, and I can't wait to have more of my friends from the States come and explore Greece with you. What
yeah.
what is we'll end here in a moment. What is one of your favorite places or one of your favorite experiences in Greece? If you had to,
Ooh.
if there were no restrictions and you had a weekend or a day, you could go one place, what might that be aside from a tavern?
That's tough. I think I have I have three favorite. They're actually historical sites. But there's something there. I can't choose between the three.
That's all right.
The
We'll go
ancient,
with
the
three then.
ancient Greeks clearly had something right. Um, if it's a date trip, definitely when we can travel and drive a bit. Cape Sunyo, it's Poseidon's temple. It's like it's on the Athens Riviera, 45 minutes away. There's something there, and that sunset, if you can do a sunset there's also some great taverns around. It's stunning. Yes, it is, it's an ancient ruin, it's an ancient temple, but it's on the tip of the Attica Peninsula, and great history, great stories, but also something breathtaking there.
Okay,
Um,
good choice.
that's probably one of my favorite or most visited sites because it is just like a 45-minute drive from Athens. And there's amazing beaches on the way and um, places to stop by. And
So what are
then,
the other two?
so off of Mykonos, there's, if you're in Mykonos or actually any of the Cyclades, there's an island called Delos. It's, it was where the ancient Greeks believed Artemis and Apollo, actually mostly Apollo, was born, but they were twins. So, light. And also the ancient Greeks the Athenians had their treasury there. So it was a fully inhabited island, but you couldn't be born there or die there. And then it became a really important Venetian port. It's completely uninhabited. It's 40 minutes by like a speedboat from Athens, and the waters there, it's like pictures from the Maldives,
Okay.
but then you have like an amphitheater and all these ancient sites that
Wow.
nobody really knows about, that there's this amazing island right off of Mykonos that you can take a day trip to. And then, snorkel, swim. And the third for me it would have to be Delphi. I
Okay.
clearly have a thing for the ancient Greeks.
Yeah, well, that's
There's
okay.
something there.
You're
But
allowed.
Delphi, one of the initial times my parents came to visit, Greece and stay with me, I took them to Delphi, and I'll never forget. We got there at night. She woke up in the morning and she looks at us and she's like, "There's mountains here. There, where are we?" And she's like, "There's snow on the mountains." I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, this is where we go skiing." And it's this kind of mind blown. What do you mean you ski an hour outside of Athens, and then have this amazing ancient site, which you can take a whole day to walk through. So those are my top three.
I like it. And it's
Yeah.
really diverse, right? I mean, going from that kind of Maldives feel to watching the sunset in the ancient temple to skiing. So
I
yeah,
know,
that's good.
but
I
I think
like
that's
it.
one of the things I like most. It's variety, a little bit of everything for everyone.
What a special place. Well, Joanna,
Yeah.
it's really nice to catch up with you. Really good to hear your
Thank you
thoughts and
too.
share some inspiration. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll see you soon in
Yeah, I'd
person.
love to. I'll have to make it back again. Absolutely.
Get you to some of the lesser known places this time.
I would like that.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day and a nice weekend.
You too.